town, or city, I think. Well, that is Stirling Castle, and it's right on top of a hill. It's on top of a mound. It's ever so high up. It's a lovely sunny day, and that's where we're going now, the castle.
That's Stirling Castle there that we're just heading for. Sun's shining at the moment, let's hope it keeps like that. Looks quite good, doesn't it?
We're up in the castle now. The castle, this is one of the castle walls, goes right around. And down below here is Stirling Old Town. Stirling is a very big place, actually. There's certainly a lot of cars and coaches here.
Get that coat stood up there.
Just come through that entrance there to the castle at Stirling, and this is the view that you can see. This is the entrance.
Let's enter the castle.
This is the square. Which leads off, obviously, to everywhere. That looks quite new there.
Carter, we're doing falconry.
runs behind that studded door. And if we wait long enough, we might even see the lion coming out to exercise. Oh well. We're looking over to the rooms of the Queen's apartments. French masons were brought in to work in the building. James had spent quite some time in France. In fact, his first wife had also been French, the Princess Madeleine, daughter of the king. He had married her in 1537, but sadly she had died after only 6 months of marriage. So during his time in France, he had been greatly impressed by all the architecture he had seen there. He brought the masons over to work here at Stirling and also in his palaces at Falkland and Linlithgow. But it's here that perhaps they have their greatest expression. They were set windows in the little arches, although you'll see it a bit more clearly as we move further round, is the cipher of James V. I-5. I for Jacobus, the Latin form of James. You can see that more clearly, and the statues as well, from the walk where you see the people come over with the staircase just behind the curtain wall there, which will give you access up there. For them. Others put an entirely different complexion on his visits out the back door in disguise. You can make up your own mind about that one. We also have the main entrance to the palace, that little archway there. Now this was once covered by a much larger porch, but it was reduced greatly in size in the 18th century to make way for the military governor's apartment, which was put in on the upper floor. That door gives you access into the gallery, which we mentioned earlier, where that connects the royal apartments. Although obviously you won't be able to do that for a while. The restoration won't be complete till about 2007. So come back in a few years and hopefully you'll get in then. And a steep hill up a twisty road with lots of soldiers before you get anywhere near the king. It's believed to be the king's house, which was being built for James IV around 1496. You can see how over the centuries things have changed in the building. Windows have been bricked up, doorways have been moved, lots of changes. The stone is sand, quite a soft stone. It's covered with hot oil to celebrate the baptism of his eldest son, Prince Henry, in 1594. The windows are said to represent the 12 apostles, and the doorway, Christ himself. St. John chapter 10 verse 9 says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter it, he shall be saved. As we go across to have a look inside, you'll notice lines, almost like tram lines. These show the alignment to the previous building, which is possible to be the town.
Have you cruised around much?
A royal celebration. The great hall stops to one where it is all paradise.
How's this for a fireplace? And there's two of them as well. There's the other one. This is Paddy Maguire. He was put in prison in 1881. And because he was in the army, he was in the Argyll and Sutherland Islanders. We've come today to visit Argyll's Lodgings. It's a house near the castle, and
Dates back to 1500.
dates back to 1500.
Look at the door, get on the...
This appears to be the grand dining room. Sure it is making a noise. That's the loo.
Church or what, I don't know.
This is Stirling Old Town. Stirling is an old town and a new town. It's very much like same way as Hastings. And the castle is in the old town. That's where we are now at the moment. This is a shell. seems to be attached to, it looks like a cathedral, I think, because there's lots of churches here, and because there's also another church just there as well, so we don't know what it is. Well, this big church is the Church of Scotland.
James VI, son of Mary Queen of Scots, was crowned here, and John Knox preached.
There appears to have been a wedding here, even on a Sunday.
Robert Bruce's brother.
We're right up in the Highlands here, and I don't know how many feet above sea level we are, but it's ever so high. And we've just come across a memorial, and there's lorries going over this with logs on. I can't believe it.
Let's have it here. Have you this view is fantastic. Try and get it a little bit better when we go over the hill again. There's another glimpse of this scenery. It's August Bank Holiday Monday, by the way. This is Loch Katrine, which we've just come down from the mountains through to. There's the steamboat there called the Sir Walter Scott that goes on the loch, but we didn't realise we were so close to it actually. That's the walkway, I presume, out to it. The Trossachs Pier gift shop. This is the view where we've just been, right up in the mountains, and this is one of the lochs. You can go fishing in this loch. A little bit up further up the road there was a place where you could hire out boats, and that's the scene going now towards Callander. It's been really beautiful.
Today we're on Lake Windermere, and we're going to go on a steamboat, which I'll show you in a minute. We're going to go on that steamboat for 50 minutes. It's a lovely day again, so we're doing very well. There's only a few of us going on, so that'll be alright. Big boat over there.
It's a nice cruiser, isn't it?
I know.
You get tea and biscuits, they tell me.
Oh yes, yes. You can have coffee and biscuits if you like.
Another trip out on that and I probably not.
Dry off there. caravan park. Yeah. That's a treat.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they haven't been anything over 20 knots.
Well, if we get 9 knots out of this one.
Okay. Thank you.
2, 3 T's, isn't it? There we are. You might be passing those along.
Have a look at it.
Good.
And you'll hear all what the kids have done. How old are the children, you think?
Yeah, well, the ones I teach are anything through from 5 through to 11.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean the same that the children don't. They can't.
Clever.
We've come on this train right up in the mountains. This is the one we're going to go back on now, because we came up earlier.
Oh, look, it's dry.
Because the people call around it, it was really heavy. Can I go in that car?
He's trying to take photographs.
Well, it's our last day today, before we set off home tomorrow. We've come to this site in just outside of Cheltenham. Got this lovely lake where the people come in fishing and they breed koi. Really lovely it is. We're the only ones here at the moment. I don't know whether there'll be anybody else in tonight. And that's their van, and inside there is beautiful koi. One apparently worth £4,000.
Today we've come to see the refloating of the ship. It's been on this side of the beach for a couple of days. That's the tug that's pulling it. It's a terrific long cable. That's a pretty thick cable. The tug is really tugging hard now. It's a long way away, the tug. That's the Coast Guard standing by. Cars are parked miles away here.
Yeah. This is just every 3 days. 3 days.